feel the need to talk about this shit. Something I've been dealing with my whole life, bro. I think I spoke about it on here. But one of the things that it's a weakness of mine. You know, a lot of times, as I get older, I become afraid of, like, this is why it's important. This is why it's important to work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, working on yourself is unconditional. It's lifelong. It's forever. You know, working on you, working on yourself, pouring in, loving yourself, showing up every day for yourself is the most important thing associated with this life that I could think of. Like, that's the most important thing associated with this human experience that I could think of. Like, nothing, and I mean nothing, not kids, not wife, not mom, not grandma, like, nothing or nobody comes before you. And that's what I'm learning and I'm realizing is that's the most important. That's the most important thing in this life. Not praising, not worshiping, not idolizing. You know what I'm saying? Not befriending, like honing in on yourself, who you are. It's a never-ending battle. And I think the sooner you realize that, the better. And that's what I'm trying to process. I'm trying to get myself to understand, even when I don't want to. It's like, if it ain't this, you know what I mean? If it ain't this, then it's something else. And I'm trying my hardest to convince myself. I'm trying my hardest to get me to buy in. Like, I could get on this camera and I could talk that shit. I could preach to other people. I could suggest. I could recommend. And not saying that that's what I'm on, but a lot of times we don't take our own advice. I always notice that about myself. Like, I'm great at giving advice. I'm great at maybe, an opinion, second opinion. I'm great at this, I'm great at that, but I'm realizing now that I'm terrible at taking my own advice. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's harder for me to practice what I preach. But the reason I say all of this is to say, like, I don't know, like, I'm at a point where I don't even know, and it's damn near embarrassing, bro, because it's like, I'm 37 and I still ain't got this under control. I've been told about this shit since, no bullshit, since like First grade, parent-teacher conference. My teacher's been calling me like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde before I even knew what the fuck or who the fuck that was. But I was always told as a youngin' that my attitude was gonna get me in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna get far if I didn't get that under control. And it's embarrassing, to an extent that I'm this old. I'm 37 and I don't have as much emotional intelligence that I would like to have. I'm not as emotionally in control as I would like to think I am. And I ain't gonna lie, like, more times than others, bro, I be scared of where my anger gonna take me, bro. I be scared of like where my attitude will take me, where my anger will take me. You know what I'm saying? Scary, bro, when you become scared of yourself when you get to a certain level of anger. But yeah, as I was saying, like, that shit's scary. You know what I'm saying? Getting to that point or going from 0 to 10 every time and then getting to 10 and not knowing when, if, how you gonna come down. You know, but yeah, man, being this age, bro, and not having that under control is it put me at a disadvantage. It's a weakness. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not a strength. It's a weakness of not being in control of where your anger can take you. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like, I used to think, you know, getting to 10 in a matter of seconds was like some cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting mad, staying mad, being on tough guy shit, like that shit. Like, but as you get older, you start to realize, like, damn, this shit putting me at a disadvantage. This shit really, like, it got me weak out here. I really be afraid of me. You know, people think you afraid of them, or you trying to avoid confrontation, or you trying to avoid this and avoid that, or dodge the smoke, as they say. But it really be, I'm protecting me from me. And shit, for real, bro, when you do come down, when the smoke do clear, when you can regulate and come down from 10, you didn't went Tasmanian Devil. You didn't went Wolverine. So a lot of times it's like you done got so fucking mad and was out your body and wasn't able to control how you reacted or responded to certain shit. It could be too late. It could be a situation where, you know, damn, I wish I didn't, or I wish I ain't respond this way because I don't feel that way no more. I don't feel the way I felt an hour ago. I don't feel the way I felt 2 hours ago. But 2 hours ago, I wanted to knock your head off, or I wanted to respond a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And in that split second of you wanting to respond or respond in a certain kind of way, it could cost you. You know what I'm saying? Being mad like that, not being in control of where your anger can take you, it could cost you, and it could and it could be very expensive. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that you reacted to, or you allowing your anger to take you somewhere that you can't get back from, who's to say it wasn't overpriced, or it wasn't worth it? It wasn't worth the expense. It wasn't worth the trade-off, or what you spent, or what you giving up. You know what I'm saying? For being mad, or being mad at the world. Like, bro, I get mad about some shit, bro. Something will bother me, and I could be mad all day. I could be mad for 2 days. I could be mad for 3 days. I could go without talking to a motherfucker for 6 months, a year, 2 years. And it could be we really just had whatever transpire, or, you know, have whatever, you know, whatever could have happened. You know what I'm saying? An argument. Bro, I could hold on to that shit for a long time. I could be mad at you the same way I was mad at you a month ago. But, you know, I'm just trying to get this shit under control, man, because it take a lot out me. And I know it's bad because even in moments where I know I'm overly mad or I need to bring it down, I can't. Like, I'll know, like, all right, bro, but you still gotta, or this still gotta happen, or you gotta take care of this, or you got, bro, like, whatever I might think is at stake, or whatever could come, transpire, or come from me being mad, bro, I be trying to calm myself down. I be trying to bring it down. And even in the moments, it's so strong on me that something will be telling me, fuck that, stay mad. Somebody need to feel this shit. Somebody need to feel how you feel. You need to make, like, it's a real thing, bro. And I hate it, but I've been like this shit for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's scary, bro. When you start to become like more aware and you start to understand where things could go, and maybe the places you could find yourself ending up at, you know what I'm saying? Or situations that you can find yourself in that you can't get out of, or that you shouldn't be in the first place because of, you know, your anger and not having emotional intelligence, not having emotional control. That shit be scaring me sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, bro, because I'm like, yo, I don't know where I'm going with this one. And it's hard too because I'm like damn near like a walking time. I'm like a walking ticking time bomb. I'm like a ticking time bomb. I'm like a walking fucking grenade. At any minute, and like I said, that ain't no way to live. When you got kids, or just every day being out in society, like at any given second, bro, I could go to the moon. And that's just dangerous. Some people look at it as like some bravado shit. Some people look at it as like strength, toughness. Some people look at it as like that's what guys possess, but I don't want to carry that shit around no more, bro. I don't want to walk around. I used to think that way too. I don't want to walk around like that. Cause I could hurt somebody. I could, you know, I could cost myself something that, you know, I can't afford to pay for. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about, you know, I'm hypothetically, bro, metaphorically, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't afford, I got kids, I can't afford to be putting myself in situations I can't get out of, or having a certain attitude, bro, having a certain response to things. What example am I setting for my children? You know what I mean? I got all boys. I don't want to give them that. You know what I mean? For them to feel like that's okay, or that's the way dad handle shit. So this how I'ma move. This how I'ma respond. Every time I have a fit or argue, an attitude or something bother me or make me mad, I'ma flip out. I'ma cuss. I'ma want to rip somebody's fucking head off. Like, you know what I mean? I'ma want to do something to somebody or take it to the furthest extent. What you looking at? Anybody that's looking at me the wrong way, if somebody say the wrong thing to me, it's on. You know what I mean? It's up and it's stuck. And it's like, that shit ain't it, bro. But just realizing, man, like, damn, bro, like, I gotta really fight and keep fighting to get this shit under control. because I don't know. Like where I'm at right now, today, yesterday, every day after that, or every day before that, and leading up to now, bro, I don't be knowing where my anger gonna take me at. I don't be knowing where I'm gonna end up. Off this angry shit. Off this attitude shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's a scary thing, bro. Not being in control of yourself. Being in control of your attitude, your anger. Emotionally intelligent, emotionally in control. That's scary, bro. When you a ticking time bomb, when you a walking grenade, when you ready to just fire off on some shit at any given second. Yeah, that shit crazy.